Hi, my name is Christine, and I am a care support specialist at Therapeutic Oasis. Today, I'm here interviewing Ashley Leising, a licensed mental health counselor within our practice. Ashley, can you please tell us the story about how you became a therapist?
Sure, yeah. So I originally started college thinking I wanted to be a plastic surgeon, and quickly realized that line of work was not going to be something that I would be able to study for in the beginning because I just realized I was more social than everybody else going pre-med. So with a little encouragement from my aunt, who's also a psychologist, she kind of prompted me to go into the field of psychology. So I then changed my major to psychology and then later did my master's in mental health counseling.
And what is the most important thing for a client to know about therapy and the healing process?
So the most important thing is, change is possible if you're willing. And so sometimes clients might come in and they're maybe not ready for change, which is okay. And so when people are ready for change, uh, we see such big shifts. And it does take a lot of work, right? So it's hard to change. Sometimes we resist change. But the most important thing to know is that change is possible, and if I didn't think change was possible, I wouldn't be in this line of work.
And what age group do you typically work with?
So I typically work with teenagers starting at age 14, and then I work with young adults and then adults as well. So 14 and above.
And how is working with teens different from working with adults?
With teenagers, there's a little bit more involved, or there's a little bit more involvement, definitely with the families. Part of our practice protocol, as soon as somebody's calling in for a teenager, we do have the parents take a family, or we set them up with a family therapist to do a family intake. We believe that it's really important for the family to be involved with their teenager, and so in order for the teenager to make some changes, we also want the parents involved and invested and committed.
What is the most important thing you would like teens to know about therapy once they begin?
Oh, wow. Yeah. So I always like to let my teens know that therapy is a choice, even though their parents may actually kind of be forcing them, or they're really pushing them to be in therapy. It's ultimately really a choice. And so I don't want clients to feel like they're obligated or that they have to be here and do therapy, because then that's where we're not going to really see a lot of shifts and they probably won't make a lot of changes. So I like the teenagers to know, coming into my office, they have a free space to talk and say whatever they want. And we develop a relationship where we can work on things and make changes. And I like to keep, a pretty open relationship with my teens, where I treat them as if they were 18, right? So I tell them that on the first meeting, like, I'm going to treat you like an adult. So and this is how it's going to go.
And you're a certified personal trainer. What is the relationship between exercise and mental health?
Well, there's so much research with exercise and how it can improve and boost your mood. Uh, when I was in college, I started working at a fitness studio, and growing up at a young age, I was always involved in gymnastics and then ballet. And then I really had a passion for soccer, then in middle school and high school, and then developed a love for running too. So I know firsthand how much exercise can improve your mood. And so when we talk about mental health, we talk about balance, and the exercise component then just creates that balance and can really help improve mood.
Now let's talk about DBT boot camp. How did that evolve?
So our DBT bootcamp, this was something that we did for 3 weeks. So what we did is we took the 6 month program of DBT and we condensed it into 3 short weeks where clients were attending DBT class Monday through Thursday. Um, and the reason that we almost like created it in a sense was because we were wanting something for, people who have maybe dabbled in DBT and have had DBT experience, people who have maybe completed a full DBT program in the past, wanting a refresher. And then we also wanted it to be there for people who maybe couldn't commit to a full 6 months, such as, a young adult going off to college, or if you think about people who do have summers off, if they're unable to then make that commitment for a 6 month, we wanted to create some sort of DBT group that was for people in those kind of categories.
How is Therapeutic Oasis different from other places you worked at before?
So at Therapeutic Oasis, we're almost, like a family in a sense. Um, there's a lot of moving parts. We work very closely as a team and we collaborate very, very often about, at least 4 hours a week on a team basis where we're meeting and consulting with each other. And then even outside of those meetings, we're contacting each other to make sure that we're delivering the best care possible to our clients. I think there's nothing else like Therapeutic Oasis out there, and that's kind of the beauty of it. um, and yeah.
So you mentioned you all work together as a team. What is a team approach to mental health treatment?
So a team approach, I kind of actually explained a little bit, where teenagers are also assigned a family therapist, so that's part of the team approach. We also have 2 nutrition therapists on staff where people who struggle with eating disorders or maybe just some disordered eating, they can get therapy or coaching from our nutrition therapist. And then, our nutrition therapists also collaborate with the individual therapist, as well as, I'm also a fitness trainer. So I might take another therapist on the team. I might train their clients in the personal training sense. And we have other therapists who have different specialties, such as art therapy or dance movement therapy, where we're able to offer our clients other services other than just the individual therapy. And then that's where we can collaborate as a team then for that the best treatment possible.
What do you enjoy most about working as a mental health professional?
It's definitely difficult at times. I think the thing that I love the most is that I get to help people and then I also get to teach people. So that was one of the things when joining Oasis. I was introduced to DBT and witnessing, Dr. Friedman, who's been teaching DBT for almost 20 years, witnessing her teach really like hit home for me because growing up, I had wanted to be a teacher as well. And I had mentioned that, or maybe I didn't mention it, that I was almost going to do a master's in teaching. So I do like to teach, and the DBT skills, teaching part of it, I think really just hit home for me. And yeah.
And what inspires you to do the work that you do?
Well, working with so many other amazing women, I'm basically inspired almost daily. When I hear things that they've done with clients or just any feedback that they've given me, it just really inspires me to keep going and to keep learning new techniques and just, attending trainings and expanding my knowledge.
And lastly, what is the most important thing you would like clients to know about you?
Um, I'm fun. No, I mean I do have a sense of humor, and I really like to, you know, be real with my clients where I'm not going to beat around the bush. I might tell you kind of exactly what it is. I'm going to lay it out on the table because otherwise, like, we don't want to like sit with an elephant in the room. But yeah, and I like to try to have fun too. And so, I'm constantly laughing. And I guess, being at home and through the quarantine and coronavirus, I actually asked my boyfriend, I was like, hey, like, babe, like, can you ever hear me like on the sessions? And I typically wear my AirPods anyways. And he's like, no, I never really hear what you're saying. He's like, but I'll hear you laughing often. So I thought that was like cute. I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I do laugh. And I love to laugh too. So
Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today, Ashley.
thank you, Christine.